Let's Learn Pleiade HC, the place to be to develop your skills and grow your potential. So today I wanted to make a short video to talk about a study that I've read. Actually, it's 2 studies, and you're welcome to read them as well. I've talked about it in my Facebook group. You can get a copy, send me a message, contact@pleiadehc.com, and I will forward it to you. It's a very light PDF format study, so it's very easy to pick up and read. What was interesting, I thought, was to understand a little bit more the Swiss market for you. So that's why I think having this listing of the best 100 companies within sectors is very helpful if you're targeting a specific sector, which typically when you're looking for a job, you're looking at your sector, obviously. So if you're in pharma, you can see who are the top 100 in pharma. If you're in marketing, etc., you can find, or business, where to look basically, and which ones are the top 5 is helpful because typically they would be the ones that have the bigger, I would say, companies in Switzerland, and also maybe the most job openings. So it gives you a little bit of an idea of where should I send my application, who's hiring in Switzerland. So whether you're a student or a more senior professional, the 2 studies are basically very similar. So I think the companies that get the most attraction are very similar, whether you're a student or a more senior person. The names are out there, you know, the Googles and the Nestles, so they attract across the board, whether young or less young. So I think it just gives you an idea of where to look. The other part I found interesting is what type of things people are looking for nowadays. So I find that if you're now looking for meaning in your job, and you want something that's interesting, I just thought it would be good to know that based on the study, the top 3 things that are attractive for job seekers, number 1 is the work-life balance. So that's the main trend. So if you're watching this video and you're in the HR function, especially if you're dealing with attracting employees, it would be nice for you to know. So 60%, over 60% are looking for work-life balance. So if you're not offering this, you're a little bit reluctant. This is something to look at because it was a big part of the selection of the top 100 companies. So the goals is really to have some work-life balance. Number 2 is about entrepreneurship. So this doesn't sound very strange, as more and more noise circulates about entrepreneurship, innovation. So if you're a company that can provide this for employees, you're definitely in the, I would say, wanted type of organizations. People are looking for having some creativity, some innovation, some entrepreneurship in their job. Number 3 is about security. And you can say almost it's a little bit interesting with entrepreneurship because typically the 2 don't really go together. If you're a very entrepreneurial type of organization and you like new ventures and you take risks, the stability part might not be there, at least at the beginning, because even if you look at very creative companies, where they started and where they are now, they've gone through some hurdles, and they may go through rebranding, they may go through complete different orientation. So that's why I think it's a little bit interesting. But basically, people are looking for this creativity part, but they're also looking for the stability part. So if you're an organization that's going through a lot of changes, it's definitely interesting to see how you could still bring stability in your jobs. And this is where, you know, thinking through what your needs are in terms of staffing and what type of resources you need, so that you don't have this coming and going, which I've experienced also being on that side of the equation, being a recruiter. So this gives you some idea. If you want to be a top-notch employer in the 100 most attractive, look at those 3 things. How much stability are you bringing? Workplace, personal stability, how much entrepreneurship, and how much security. So if you deal with those 3, you're in what people want the most. And then, of course, there were some things about being a leader in your market, the autonomy you bring to individuals, the international part of the career. But those were more below the 30% range, so I don't want to mention them. They're less important in terms of criteria. So if you have some questions again about this study, you want to get a copy, send me a message and I'll be happy to forward it to you. Thank you. Bye-bye.